Welcome to My Dearest Theories. What? My Dearest Theories. Repeat that? My Dearest Theories!
Oh,
Okay. Hey, you guys, it's Watcher Ralph, and this is another episode of My Dearest Theories. And today, we're gonna cover Westworld, Season 2. What is this place? Now, I'm referring to the end of Episode 6, Phase Space, where Bernard has basically put his mind into the Matrix. Whoa. Nah. I'll admit, they do have one similarity. Both of them are worlds that exist outside the physical realm. A virtual one made of code. But, nah. In my theory, he's put his mind in what I like to call purgatory for the hosts. Whoa. Yeah. But for the sake of this video and future videos, I'll call it the system. And to me, the system opens up a whole new array of possibilities for the show, dealing with the mystery of the timelines and what we perceive to be true. So what I'm going to do here is compare it to the show Lost. Spoilers for a very old show, so I hope you guys seen it by now. But I'm going to use it for the sake of analogy, trying to make sense of it all. So, in Lost, just like in Westworld, it was dealing with timelines, whether it was present and the past, present and the future. But in the final season, they added a whole new layer by essentially having them in purgatory. And at times, we saw certain characters existing simultaneously in both timelines. Now that show didn't present the timelines as a mystery as much other than that final season, but Westworld clearly jumbles it on purpose to play with our perspectives. And just like in that show Lost, we saw that Dolores and Teddy exist within the system at the same time as they exist within the real world. So you wouldn't say that that makes sense for purgatory, but the moment they die in the physical world, the only place they exist is in the system. And when they get rebooted, they're rebooted from the data that's in the system. So they're essentially waiting to be reborn again and again. This is their waiting place, which is purgatory in a sense. And even Robert Ford could survive within this purgatory because yes, of course, he was human, but he made a host of a younger version of himself. So you could clearly imagine that he left all the data before he died within the system that he could be again reborn as a host if he was ever inclined to do so. Just as though he left that data, he left the data of Arnold within the system, which could explain my other theory as why Bernard and Dolores are having those conversations. It could explain why Dolores is trying to access it, or it could explain why Bernard is trying to access the information. Well, there was one thing that stood out to me and I found funny within the sequence. When Bernard enters the system, the filmmakers wanted us to understand it with a physical translation. So we saw the camera go into Bernard's eyes, but his mind was already literally outside of his body. So it wasn't accurate. So I couldn't find any other rationale for why they did this, other than maybe it being the window to the soul. It's a whole new world, literally and figuratively, because, and this opens up the possibility of more doubt in everything we see. Now we have to ask more questions, because before we were essentially asking ourselves, when is this happening? Whether it was the present, the past, or the future. Or you could say the most recent present and other pasts. But now we also have to ask ourselves, where is this happening? Whether it's the real world or the system. Whoa. So leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think of this theory, of this more deeper perspective, and tell me your theory. But for now, share, like, and subscribe. And you can check out more theories on Westworld by clicking up here, and you can check out more theories in general by clicking down here. Till we meet again, Goodbye. See you guys.